Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Before I begin, don't forget to join my new Discord server called Luca10's Hangar. I plan on joining weekly, so if anybody wants to fly together, we can make that happen. My Discord server is linked down in the description below. Today I'll be flying the de Havilland Hornet Mk.III. The Hornet Mk.III was a British twin-engine fighter aircraft developed toward the end of World War II. Although it saw limited use in combat, the Hornet Mk.III is notable for being one of the last significant piston-engine fighters produced by the UK before the rise of jet-powered aircraft. It was a powerful, fast, and versatile aircraft, and despite being outpaced by the advent of jets, it still made an impact in both the RAF service and, for a time, the Royal Navy. The de Havilland Hornet originated from the company's earlier work with the de Havilland Mosquito, a highly successful twin-engine, multi-role aircraft used extensively during World War II as a bomber, fighter, and reconnaissance aircraft. The Mosquito's success, especially as a fast, lightweight aircraft, laid the groundwork for the Hornet. However, the Hornet was designed to be a more powerful, long-range fighter capable of filling the role of long-range interception and escort duties. The Hornet's design was a direct evolution of the Mosquito, but incorporated several key upgrades. It was powered by two Rolls-Royce Merlin 130 engines, offering a substantial increase in performance over the Mosquito's Merlin engines. The Hornet was built to be faster, more heavily armed, and more maneuverable, making it a formidable opponent against any fighter it might encounter. The Hornet prototype, known as the DH-103 Hornet, first flew on July 28, 1944, with Geoffrey de Havilland Jr. at the controls. The Hornet Mk.III was an improved version of the original Hornet, produced after World War II had ended. The Hornet Mk.III had a short operational life, as the Royal Air Force and Royal Navy were rapidly transitioning to jet aircraft after World War II. The aircraft's last operational units were phased out by 1953, and many were placed in reserve or used for training. While the de Havilland Hornet Mk.III had a relatively short service life, it was a significant aircraft in the context of the late stages of World War II and the immediate post-war period. Today, the de Havilland Hornet is remembered by aviation historians and enthusiasts as a beautiful example of British post-war engineering. Although it was overshadowed by newer jet technology, its performance and design are still respected. Only a few examples of the Hornet survive in museums, where they serve as a reminder of the last days of piston engine fighter development. That's all for the history lesson. I hope you enjoy the combat. Right now I'm just trying to climb as high as I can so I can boom and zoom some people. I was trying to upload my video featuring this aircraft out by Halloween, but unfortunately I wasn't able to because I couldn't find a place to dock this massive oil tanker. You also might be asking yourself, why did I want this video featuring this specific aircraft out by Halloween? From all the games that I've played in this aircraft, it is scarily sluggish, especially at low speeds and low altitudes, which I'm going to show you in just a couple minutes. But I'm not just going to be talking down about this aircraft, it definitely has some strengths. It's very fast, it can climb very well, and it gets an air spawn. Generally, you're going to be above most of the props in this aircraft, but since you are at 6.0, you're probably going to be facing jets too. Since I'm fast and I climb so well, I'm definitely just going to try to boom and zoom. Right now I see an isolated Me-262. I'm going to try to turn in towards him, see if he's paying attention. Unfortunately, it looks like he is and he starts turning away from me. I'm definitely not going to follow him. I know that he's just going to outrun me. But I also have to remember I can't get tunnel visioned. I always have to be looking around me, being aware of all my surroundings. And just like that, because I'm looking around me, I see a lone HE-177. I'm going to try to kill him. Now I have to be very careful though. I know that he has very good gunners. I fire at him a little bit farther here. I really don't want to get in too close to him, and I take him out. Now immediately after the kill, I see the Me-262 below me. I'm going to try to dive on him and help out my allies. As I'm diving down to him, I'm always going to be looking around me, being aware of all my surroundings. He starts to cross my nose here. I'm going to try to line up a shot, fire at him there, and take him out. Now immediately after the kill, I'm going to climb back up to altitude, and I'm always going to be looking around me, being aware of all my surroundings. Also, just as a side note, please do not over-control on this aircraft. If you're slow and you over-control, you will spin. This aircraft already flies like an oil tanker. Although this aircraft is very fast and climbs very well, I still think handling plays a pretty big part in flying. I don't want to be feeling like I'm flying an F-104 at 6.0. I see this enemy TA-152 out off my left wing. I'm going to push my nose down and fly straight and level here. I'm going to need as much energy as I can get because he's following me. All I need to do here is just outrun him. He's still following me, and then thankfully he finally breaks off, so I'm going to climb back up to altitude. I'm definitely not going to waste any time here. I'm not going to underestimate the TA-152. I know that he's very fast and has a very good climb rate just like me. The TA-152 is way down below me, so I'm not going to worry about him. I'm just going to stay up here at altitude and try to find an isolated enemy. I see this unsuspecting Yak-15 coming in towards me. I'm definitely just going to try to boom and zoom him. I'm going to start the dive here, and as I do that, I'm going to look around me, always being aware of all my surroundings. I do see my ally P-51 going head-on with the Yak-15. I'm going to use the P-51 as a distraction. It works, and the Yak-15's definitely not looking around him, being aware of all of his surroundings. He goes vertical, losing all of his energy. I fire at him there and take him out. And then immediately after the kill, once again, I'm just going to climb back up to altitude. I'm always going to be looking around me, being aware of all my surroundings to do it again. Right now I'm just trying to evaluate who I'm going to go for first. I'm just trying to find somebody who's isolated. I don't like that I'm seeing a lot of these jets, but it's okay. All I have to do here is just boom and zoom. I'm just going to descend a little bit just so I don't have to dive super far if I do end up diving on somebody. I see 3 enemies that are already heading towards the close airfield. I don't know why they're doing this, but I applaud them for it. The close airfield has no artillery, so these are just free kills for us. I see the Mk.II at his airfield, but I do see my ally P-51 already going for him. I'm going to let him have the kill, and I know that there's even more people left in the game, so I'm just going to climb here. I'm thinking of the long-term game. I definitely want to stay high. Unfortunately, we're heavily outnumbered. I see that my ally P-51's in trouble. I'm going to dive down towards him to help him out. As I'm diving down to him, I see this LA-9 that's going vertical at me. This is a horrible idea from the LA-9. Please nobody ever do that. He's just wasting all of his energy. All I have to do here is just energy trap him. I unfortunately misclicked and one of my flaps ripped off. But that's totally fine. I still have a ton of speed and energy here. He's still coming up at me, which is great for me. If you're in the LA-9's position, please never follow somebody up that's trying to energy trap you like that. I'm telling you for certain that it will almost never work out in your favor. And then look at that, my ally P-51H just took him out. Now I'm just going to try to go for this Me-262. I really don't like that I'm super low and that these enemies are coming in towards me. Since this Kika's coming off my left wing, I know that I'm never going to be able to outclimb him, so I'm just going to have to commit to this Me-262. Unfortunately, I forgot that I'm literally an oil tanker and can't make any drastic maneuvers. I know that I'm not going to be able to outturn them, I'm not going to be able to outclimb them, and this is just a horrible spot that I'm in right now. I was kind of relying on my P-51 to help me out, but unfortunately he's being chased away by a Kika. This is the one thing that I really didn't want to have happen in this aircraft. I'm low, slow, and have a ton of enemies that overpower me around me. I really need a miracle here. I thought I hit the tree, but thankfully I didn't and it didn't rip anything off. Unfortunately there's an even bigger problem. I have an Me-262 behind me, and then I start over-controlling. As you can see, I was about to spin, and then unfortunately I'm dead. Whoever ordered their oil shipment's definitely not going to get it anytime soon. Thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my video. There's a little Easter egg here in War Thunder's 12th birthday hangar. All you have to do is go back here and click on the little mechanic guy. After you've done that, you're able to walk around your aircraft and just overall walk around the hangar. It's pretty cool. You're kind of able to see how big your aircraft really is compared to a human body. And whenever I turn around, we've even got a ton of fireworks in the background. If anybody has any suggestions on what aircraft they want me to fly next, please leave them in the comment section down below and I'd be happy to fly that aircraft.